Hello, everyone. Welcome and thank you for joining us on this live on how to present and organize your portfolio. I'm Juliette and I'll be presenting with Leah. We are both in charge of the admission at Artfx and we coordinate the whole admission process. Actually, we received a lot of questions from you guys about how to prepare for your portfolio. So we decided to regroup them and do this live to help you in your preparation. And hopefully this will answer any question you may have. It's important to keep in mind that everything we're gonna share with you right now is about an application for our Artfx. It's what we want to see. It's what we expect from our students. So everything we're going to say may not apply for other portfolio that you may have to prepare during your studies. Also, we decided when we were preparing this live not to share with you any examples because we don't want that to influence your work. But we will give you many advice and tips to guide you and to help you prepare and do your best. So maybe we can start with Leah sharing with us the general expectation of a portfolio.
Thank you, Juliette, and good evening, everyone. So there are no specific requirements or prerequisites to join Artfx, which is why we are not showing any portfolio example tonight. Every portfolio is unique. It's our way of getting to know you. So first, we want to understand your personality. What do you like? What motivates you or inspire you? Are you into photography, dance, music, or something else? We want to see it. We also want to see your artistic universe because it reflects who you are. And as for techniques, just show us what you can do. What tools do you use? Do you create drawings, digital art, or something else? And just as important, what are your limits? Do you try new things? Even if something is not perfect or isn't your strength, it's great to see that you're open to stepping out your comfort zone.
So first question, is drawing an essential prerequisite? It's actually the most frequent question that we have and a tricky one because actually it depends. It depends mainly on the course you're interested in. If you'd like to apply for the 2D animation class, well then yes, drawing is a prerequisite. And not only do we want to see traditional drawing in your portfolio, but also we expect you to have a good level of drawing. That means we want to see a diversity of work, a diversity in the medium you use, the techniques, the styles, but also a diversity in the content that you're going to show us. For instance, living model, some work on perspective, on lights, on colors. So yeah, that is very important if you apply for 2D animation. However, if you apply for other courses, well, it's not a prerequisite to be good in drawing or to have a good level of drawing. However, we highly recommend you to at least put one traditional work in your portfolio. Why do we ask for that? Is because during the first year, I would say that maybe 50% of the time you will be drawing. So we want to know that you're not afraid of drawing, even if it's not your strengths or something that you're good at. We just want to know where you are at right now. And you can also mention that if you're not really familiar with drawing at this point, it's okay. You can just mention it and say, I tried for my portfolio, and we really appreciate that. And if you think that you're not good at drawing, well, please try anyway. Don't be afraid to show us what you can do at this point. And also, if you say that you're trying, it will be appreciated. If I can give you one advice for the beginners, start with something simple. Simple would be an object, for instance, a book, a candle, a plant. Do not start with human bodies or portrait. That is much difficult. So start with simple, and we would like you to do the effort to try.
What can I showcase in my portfolio? So in your portfolio, you should focus on recent works that shows your current skills and technique. So you can organize it by theme, like live drawings, watercolor, colors, digital work. You can include anything you think is relevant. So different techniques or other artistic disciplines like dance, writing, cooking, music. And you can also show progress over time. So for instance, you can compare a drawing that you made 2 years ago and you can compare it with now. And during the interview, you will discuss what you highlight in your portfolio. So if you are especially proud of something or you know that it's a really good work, so I mean, it's the time for you to shine, so don't hesitate to show it to us. And can I include 3D or digital artwork in my portfolio? So as we mentioned earlier, we love seeing the variety of things you do. So if you have already explored 3D of things, 3D or digital art or other stuff, just show us. And if not, it's okay because you will learn it at Artfx.
So next question would be, can I include reproducing existing artwork? Well, the answer is yes, and we actually have many portfolios that include reproduction. If you apply for the 2D animation again, of course you can include reproductions, but we expect more from you. So it can't be only reproductions. And for everyone else, especially beginners, it's perfectly normal to do reproduction to learn, especially if you're learning on your own. So it's great to do reproduction. However, please always mention it, especially if you're using the artwork of someone else. Mention the name and your references. And if you just took a picture yourself and you did a drawing from that, you can also add the original picture so we can have an idea of the difference and what inspires you for your work. And also, I would add that mentioning your references is something that is very valued at the school because it shows that you respect the work of others.
So it's a question that we have a lot. How many drawings? In general, we ask for at least 10 pieces so we can see a good variety of work. But if you want to show more, that's totally fine and it's great. Just keep in mind that you don't have to put too many because we won't have time to go through everything.
Okay, so the presentation, we're at the major point of this presentation. So it's really important. And honestly, a polished presentation can truly have a positive impact on the review of your portfolio. So please give it a good care. So first tips we can give you is that use the landscapes format. Because when we review the portfolio, we're on our computers, so landscape is it's more comfortable for us. Also, don't forget to add a personalized cover page. It could be a cover page with your name, a picture of you, or a drawing of you, or anything that could represent you. It's a good introduction to your work. Also, we would say we would recommend to use all the available space on the page, because many of you have sketches, for instance, to share with us, but sometimes they are very small and we can't see, it does not highlight your work. So do not hesitate to enlarge your work so we can see it well. And same thing with not putting too many drawings in one page. It does not highlight your work. Then about the cleanup of the scans, I don't know how you do it. Do you do scans? Do you take pictures of your work? But please have an attention about cleaning them up. For instance, sometimes there are small shadows or the frame is not right. Try to clean that up so that we can focus on the quality of your work and the attention is not on these little details. Also, other tips, it's not mandatory, but you can add caption or details to give some information about your work. For instance, you can tell the technique you used. You can say what inspired you to do this specific work, what you wanted to work on how long it took you to do it. All this information are very interesting for us, so you can add them. And finally, I'm sure most of you know many layout tools, but we add those three for those who are not very familiar with it. It's PowerPoint, Canva, Google Slide. They're super easy to use, and they really help you really have a nice layout for your portfolio.
And now let's go over some tips to improve your portfolio with what Juliette just said. So when adding your work, make sure it stands out because, for instance, in this first image, the artwork is too small and it's not centered. So what can you do about it? So first you can center it, you can enlarge the pictures, and you can adjust the contrast as well. The first version was too dark, and here it's brighter, so it makes the drawing look better. You can also add title, as Juliette said before. Here we put observational drawing, and we have a short caption explaining what you did and how long it took. In the second example, we have 6 well-organized drawings on one page. And that's great because you don't need to squeeze in more. It should be clear and easy to read while still showing the range of technique you have used. And again, put a title because it will make a difference and understand exactly what you want to show. And finally, if you want to showcase image around the same theme, you can group them together. So rearrange them on the slide, use all the space on the slide, and you can add a background color and a title, and it immediately looks more structured and more intentional. And that's it for the portfolio, but we can talk about the interview a bit. Juliette?
Yeah, we can have a few words in the interview. At Artfx, actually, the interview in the admission process is more of a discussion. We're going to take everything that you shared with us, that is your portfolio, your cover letter, your creative test, and we're going to talk about it with you. We're going to talk about how you worked, what inspires you, what is your motivation, what are your projects, and we're going to make sure that all this actually aligns with what Artfx as a school has to offer. It really is like I said, a discussion. Therefore, there's no trick question in this interview. It's as it is again a discussion. Do not hesitate to prepare your questions on your side to ask to the teacher, to the team member that will receive you in the interview, because it's also a way for you to talk about the stuff and project that you like. So really see it and prepare your interview like this. I think it's pretty much all that we prepare on our side from the most recurrent and important question that we have. But if you have anything to add, Leah, please do. If not, maybe you have some more questions to ask us and we have time to answer them.
Yeah, I think we have covered everything. So if you have any question, it's your turn now. And maybe while we are waiting for the question, we can talk a bit about the admission process. I don't know if you already look into it, but the first step of the admission process will be to register on the website. And when you register, you will select a date. So it will correspond to the admission session date. And on the date that you choose, you will receive a creative test, and you will have like all the weekend to do the creative test. And before to receive the creative test, when you submit your application, you have to send us some documents like your portfolio as well and a narrative cover letter. Juliette, maybe you want to explain a bit more the narrative cover letter?
Yep. The cover letter, it's like cover letter, everyone knows what it is, but we add the narrative term because we want your letters to be a bit more original. We want you to tell us who you are on your own words. And we usually give the example of, it's like if you were telling the story of your life, and that you were the main character of this story, like in the movie, for instance. So yeah, it's just have fun doing this, and we will have fun reading it. That's why we add the narrative term in this. Also, I would add that the dates Leah was talking about, the next date is the 28th of February. And we also have the 14th and the 28th of March that are open dates for the next session. We have a first question. What is the difference between portfolio and demo reel? I start. Maybe you'll complete this answer. The portfolio is both are meant to show your work and your current skills. Usually, the portfolio is more of a document with traditional work in it, and it takes the format of a PDF document, and the demo reel will be a video. So if you already have animation videos, please share them. It's great, and it's completely what we want to see as well. If it's clear for you, let me know if you have more questions.
There is still a question from the same person. Which one is better for applying to any studio, or we should have both? So I would say that it's good to have both, of course, because demo reel is more a video and portfolio is more like a book where you can show like different techniques you use. But demo reel is more about animation and, as you said, Juliette, actually. So it's good to have both.
Yeah, to complete on that, I don't know, you're asking for a studio. As we were talking for the school, of course, some students, candidates still don't have used digital software to do artistic work, and that's perfectly fine. But if we're talking about applying to a studio and not to the school, a demo reel will be better and will actually help you work on one that you will present to the studio, because at the end of the 5-year study at Artfx, you'll be a professional. So it's more of a demo reel to show your digital skills and the different universe techniques you will have developed at the school.
Yeah. And there is another question. Can I also share a video I made? So of course, if you did a video, that's great, and you can share a link. Like in your application, you will see there is a space where you can put links, and even in your portfolio, you can add a slide with the link of your video and just explain what you did in this video. It's not a big sentence, but just small sentence just to explain.
Well, I don't know if we'll have more questions for today. We're also very interested in knowing where you're from. So if you can add that in the comments, that would be super helpful. And also, sometimes some candidates do not apply for the first year, but maybe for the second or the third year. For these, do not hesitate to contact us directly if you need more information regarding the admission process. Please contact us directly so we can give you some advice that are really personalized about your previous experience and the course you're interested to join.
I think we can share again the next session date. So the next session will be on February 28th, March 14th, and March 28th. And we will add more dates when we close one session, actually.
Yeah. Okay, so if there's no more question, I think we can stop here. You can join us by phone, by text, by WhatsApp, and you also have our email on the website, which is apply@artfx.com. And well, thank you, Leah, and wish you all a very nice evening or a great day for those who are from the American continent. Bye and see you later.
Bye. Thank you.